Meanwhile, North Korea threatening, quote, merciless ultra-precision strikes on America for taking part in military drills with the South Koreans. Fox News military analyst Lt. General Thomas McInerney is with us now. That's the most dangerous part in the world, isn't it? The two sides are lined up against each other. The slightest mistake, and we've got a real problem. What do you say?
I agree with you, Stuart. Look, after 4 tours out there supporting forces going into Korea as a colonel, brigadier general, major general, lieutenant general, this is the most dangerous I have seen in the last 50 years since the end of the Korean War. I think it's now time, with the way China is building up in the South China Sea with taking the islands, that we look at a Pacific Area Treaty Organization for the long-term benefit of the region. I would call that PATO versus NATO.
Do you think that Secretary of State Tillerson is going to suggest something like that? Have you inside sources to make that suggestion?
I do not, but after 5 tours in the Pacific, I have now concluded that we must go to that version because of the long-term consequences. China has both overtly and covertly been supporting North Korea and its instability. Everybody looks to China to help solve the problem. I no longer listen to that logic. We need to take this issue in our hands and lead it in the Pacific.
Well, we are building up our forces in the area, and we are taking a more forward stance. I mean, there's an aircraft carrier battle group taking part in these exercises, and we have moved a missile defense shield into South Korea. All of that suggests a different approach from the Trump administration compared to the Obama administration. Are we getting just a little bit more aggressive?
Well, I think we're have a little more resolve. I don't see us being aggressive, and frankly, the forces we're building up are piddling compared to when I used to be out there, and we need to take a lot more build-up in our defense budget, and these are long-term things. That's why I say we've got to look at our allies playing a role in a Pacific Area Treaty Organization. We are just nibbling at this problem. It's going to get much worse, and we need to grow our economy, Stuart, somewhere between 3 and 5% a year so we can afford the build-up that we need.
If the North Koreans launch another missile flying over towards the Sea of Japan, should we shoot it down?
I don't think we have to do that yet. There may be covert things we want to. They know we can shoot it down, but I think having the forces out there, guided missile cruisers, the THAAD, which we're putting in South Korea, etc., is the right thing to do. We can shoot it down if we want. I don't think we have to go there yet.
It's very, I mean, the slightest mistake, you've got 2 huge forces lined up against each other. One little mistake, and you've got a real, you could have a shooting war. It's that close, isn't it?
It's that close. Look, they have artillery that they can decimate if we aren't properly prepared. Seoul, we have a destabilized government in South Korea. They just impeached their president. And if the the liberals, they had a sunshine policy, they called, which was an utter failure to think that North Korea is going to capitulate or be friends. That's not happened, and it's not going to happen. And this is the 3rd Korean leader that I've looked at in the last 50 years, and none of them are going to adopt a sunshine policy.
Tom McInerney, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Stuart.
Yes, sir.